Talking of unbeaten records, let's start with yesterday's football. Arsenal, of course, beat Man City 4-1 on penalties to win the Community Shield. The City boss Pep Guardiola spoke to TalkSport after the game to discuss his side's preparation ahead of the new season. He said that even though his side are still a bit short on match fitness, he was happy with the team's performance.
We start later and we go to Asia, and there you cannot train absolutely proper training session, energy the game, we come back, and today a lot of players play 90 minutes and the team behaved much better than last season against Liverpool. Like we said, we have to avoid that. It's not about winning or losing sometimes, so we cannot win all the time.
I think you say that when you lose the Community Shield, it's not about winning or losing. If you win it, it's all about winning. I understand how important it is to win it, right? I did think that your celebration was a little bit over the top.
When it's Arsenal, people have always got something to say. Always.
No, I think it's when you win the Community Shield and you celebrate like you've won the World Cup.
No, I think we celebrated against Fulham, and there were other games last season where this. I think
yeah, that's because you were going for the league.
Yeah, exactly. But
this is a friendly.
No,
this is a friendly.
It's more than that. Because I'll tell you what it is. It's because Arsenal just can't get over the hump of Manchester City. They've had Arsenal's number for so long.
You didn't beat them.
We won the cup, so clearly we won.
I know, but in 90 minutes you didn't beat them.
It doesn't matter.
We're at 100 minutes.
If the game's 100 minutes, you've got to beat them. We've done that.
You didn't.
Okay, did we win the game? Yes or no?
You didn't beat them in 100 minutes. No, but everyone's going on about we've stopped the rot now. You didn't beat them.
No, we did beat them. On penalties, we beat them. And psychologically, it's more than that. It's not just about a friendly or glorified friendly or whatever it is. It's about beating Manchester City in a competitive game, because you saw the way Pep, and this is what I'm talking about, you saw the way Pep celebrated when Manchester City scored. Now, if he was somebody who didn't really care about that type of fixture...
Yeah, it might be been because of who scored for them.
What, the young boy?
Yeah.
Maybe, but he jumped off his seat. He was fist pumping the air and that. So I can understand. So obviously it meant something to him. But for Arsenal to get going into this season, psychologically, it was huge for them to get over this result. Because City have absolutely walloped Arsenal for the last, 3, 4, 5 years. It was massive for Arsenal. That I know it was a bit fortunate at the end, but it was about more than just that result. It was about going forward.
A lot of they rested a few of their key players. You played your big three, as it were, your new signings. Timber.
Had a few missing though.
Yeah, what did you make of Timber?
I liked him.
Looked good, didn't he?
Yeah, he played well. He could play that inverted kind of fullback role really well.
Yeah. Declan Rice, I mean, all the eyes were on Declan yesterday because of the price tag.
Yeah, played well. Kind of grew into the game. I mean, we saw from a defensive standpoint the way he can get back and kind of get wing back position, that turn of pace. And as he progresses and plays in Arteta's system more, he will get better and better.
Where? Because he played wide of the three, right? Wide left.
I think Declan, you look at the way he plays. At West Ham, he was restricted because he had to protect the back four. I understand that. But with what he's got in his locker, his tools, in his tool bag, he can push forward. He can stride forward. He can score goals. He can create. I think Arteta, with Thomas Partey, has to be in the team.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost. If he's there, the anchor.
But is Thomas Partey not playing the role that you think Declan Rice?
No, I think Thomas Partey. Because if you'd have asked me last season who was better, I would have said Thomas Partey.
Yeah, the last 2 months of the season.
He was injured. Do you know what I mean? So, but I would have said Thomas Partey.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But if you can get Thomas Partey playing there, getting Declan Rice playing more that Xhaka role, where he gets into the box, joins in, and then you've got Odegaard. For me, that's Arsenal's perfect midfield three.
Okay. You don't mind him playing wide out left?
No.
Left. Okay. Kai Havertz, when he was at Chelsea, he was playing as a number 9. Everyone was like, what's the point? Then you bought him. It was like, well, we won't play him as a number 9. Then you get an injury to Jesus and you play him as a number 9. He had chances. I think those... I mean, when you've got Trossard and you've got Nketiah, I think either of those players finished. I think it was the second chance he had.
Yeah. Nketiah, for me, definitely blast the second one. He scores that. He's a natural goal scorer. And that's the problem with Kai Havertz. I think he did okay yesterday. Maybe mobility is maybe an issue that I'd maybe be a little bit concerned about. But it's in games like that, and we saw it last season, and to be fair, Nketiah missed a couple last season. When you're playing against sides like Manchester City and you're kind of in the ascendancy and you get opportunities, you have to take them. And we missed them at home last season. And again in this game, Kai Havertz has an opportunity. And the first one was a little bit behind him, but the second one, he has to finish it. Regardless, in that moment, you have to finish it. So I don't really want him playing centre forward. I don't mind if Arteta wants him to play that kind of midfield role, but if you're asking me sitting here today about Arsenal's strongest midfield or strongest 11, Kai Havertz does not get in it.
Do you think, all right, it's pointless saying, do you think you're going to win the league yet, all right, because the window's still open?
Yes.
You might, but you don't think that?
Manchester City are the team to beat.
Okay. Do you think if you are going to win it, if you're not going to win it, it's going to be because that area you haven't strengthened in? And I mean by Kai Havertz coming in, he's not a replacement for Jesus. He's not a goal scorer. He's not going to get you 15 plus goals a season.
Well, do you know, I would prefer Eddie Nketiah or Balogun to play that 9 role over Kai Havertz.
Because do you think that could cost you the league?
No, because if you look at last season, a lot of people spoke about when Gabriel Jesus went down, that's it. The league's gone. Nketiah stepped in, and certainly that initial period, he was brilliant.
He was.
Absolutely brilliant. Give him that confidence. Give Balogun a run if you don't fancy Nketiah, but I'd prefer to see those two natural centre forwards playing in a natural position over Kai Havertz because we saw the same issues at Chelsea. Opportunities missed. Good player, not taking it away from him, but he's not a natural goal scorer, a natural forward. So for me, Nketiah and Balogun have to play ahead of him.
We'll take calls from Arsenal fans, obviously, on all the above. 03717 22 33 44. Just a quick word about the treble winners, Man City. They rested a lot of the players. Goalkeeper wasn't there. Kevin De Bruyne was on the bench. Although he looked like he'd had a good summer, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, he did. Even Pep a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit as well. But, when it comes to playtime in the Premier League and they start.
Yeah.
But Manchester City, I almost feel like they don't get off slowly, but they don't. It's usually that kind of middle to end period where they put their foot on the accelerator.
Yeah.
But
Can we read it? I mean, Haaland was very quiet in the game. Does that matter? I mean,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't, does it?
Do you remember?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's a friendly, right?
No, but for Arsenal moving forward, psychologically, it's massive. But for Manchester City, who are used to winning everything, we saw the same situation last year when Haaland played in the Community Shield. Everyone went, he's going to be a flop. Well, not everyone. There were certain people said he's going to be a flop.
Did people say that?
Well, Dan said he'd be a flop.
Yeah.
Maybe he missed the chance, didn't he? And
point.
everyone went, he's not going to score many goals. Ended up scoring 40 plus.
Yeah.
So I don't think for Manchester City you can read too much into it. For Arsenal moving forward, it's massive.
Okay. Do you think Man
biggest
City...
biggest club in England.
Who? Why have you got to ruin it? Why you've done so much good work in the first 15 minutes of the show, you go and ruin it like that. Listen, we'll take calls on, of course, all the above from Man City and Arsenal fans. You still think Man City are the team to beat?
Yeah, 100%.
And if they don't win the league, who do you think are the second favourites?
Arsenal. Seriously.
Okay. Usually we have that noise. We'll find that in the break.
Well, we've won a cup now, so no point.
Oh, come on. You're not claiming the...
If Man United won this, you'd be dancing out there.
No. Come on. You haven't won a cup.
We have.
You've won a Shield in a friendly.
Okay, but is it count as a trophy?
No, I don't count it as a trophy.
So if
you count it as a trophy?
If I look on players' honours, will it say, let's say I'm going to put in Paul Scholes.
Yeah, but if you want a Texaco Cup.
No, if I put in Paul Scholes and it says Community Shield is on his honours.
Would Emirates Cup be?
No, because Community Shield is more...
No, but would Emirates Cup be on honours?
That as well then.
So you
won 2 trophies already then.
You know one thing I don't get? Why are the world who are not Arsenal fans trying to undermine the performance that they put out against Manchester City? I don't understand that part because I saw Alfie Haaland, the father of Erling Haaland, coming out and said that congratulations Arsenal, you've won. Now it means you can win the title. Why are people trying to make a mockery out of this? Is it because they were celebrating? I saw this differently. Like the way that was being explained by the Talksport pump there, that as much as this is a small cup that Arsenal have played on to win the Community Shield, I do believe that in the long run, in the psyche, the fact that they got a W over Manchester City, it doesn't matter how they got the W, the situation that they just got a win against Manchester City, that will help that psyche and that will help them so much to fight and try to get something. Because Man City has been a bogey, a bully, and like to Arsenal. It is the only team that they failed to actually beat. So beating them in this manner, in this cup, give Arsenal maybe the know-how or the belief that they can do it. Because on and on this situation, Arsenal are not really that far, by the way. You will listen to what I'm going to say about what Craig was saying, talking about Arsenal. They are really not that far now to Man City. The way they showed, the way they performed in the last game, in the game that we saw, and the way they've tried to create that squad in terms of actually having enough people who can come in from outside to try and help the team. That is going to play a bigger role, because one thing that we discovered, Arsenal had, of course, substitutes, but they were lacking the quality that can come in and make a difference. If Saka was in the game, even though I can use Saka as an example at the moment. For example, if Xhaka was in the game, if he goes out and they'll try to bring maybe, let's say, Fabio Vieira, that is a downgrade to what he was offering into the ground. If, for example, Thomas Partey was in, if he goes out, who can come and take over to put Jorginho? It wasn't really helping us now going forward. If Saliba was actually injured, as he was injured, taking him out and putting Holding, that was a very, very strong downgrade. But now imagine in this world, if Saliba goes out, they put Timber at the Saliba position. Then they just put the guys with them. I do believe that Timber and Saliba, there is that team that can still continue to actually perform. If they take out Ramsdale and put the guy they want to sign, David Raya, that's a good quality. Trossard to Martinelli. I can't wait to see what they do on Saka's position, but you can see that now there is an upgrade to whoever they put, and that is going to help them so much in terms of trying to keep up with what they want to achieve. The same quality keep going forward. I don't know. That's what I think. If you don't agree, it's okay. But what they won is a good trophy. They deserve to celebrate the way they did because City has been a bogey team to them. But let's see what happens.